You can find a cell phone application for just about anything. Apparently, even if you want to cross our border illegally. This application directs immigrants to water, landmarks. It'll even tell you where the Border Patrol checkpoints are. And in case your journey is long, it plays poetry to pass the time. I'm not making this up. It's not sci-fi. It's really happening, and it's being developed with your tax dollars. Joining me now, Janice Kephart, Director of National Security Policy for the Center for Immigration Studies. Thanks very much for being with us.
Thanks so much for having me.
I didn't make it up, and I'm not being sarcastic. It really happened at a California university that they developed this cell phone application that has gotten into the hands of illegals who are crossing our border, and it gives them all the information they need to get in undetected. Why did this happen, and how did it happen?
I don't know how it happened. I can't imagine our taxpayer money going to flagrant support of abusing, aiding and abetting immigration and criminal violations of law. How this could have happened in a university environment, it sounded as though the university simply said, hands off, we're going to allow the R&D to happen. Perhaps instead we should be encouraging R&D to help the Border Patrol better do search and rescue, better do operational control of the border. And that would seem to be a better use of taxpayer money.
And that's really your expertise, is analyzing the actual strength of our Border Patrol, what their needs are, and if tax dollars are going to this. We don't talk about border security as much as we were. I'm not sure why that is. Maybe you can tell us. Are we, though, funding what we need at the border?
No, in fact, we're not funding what we need at the border. I think to answer your first question about why we're not hearing about it is because this administration has made a top priority to pass comprehensive immigration reform and amnesty. To talk about securing the border, which they are pulling back on, you see a budget that is reduced for the Border Patrol. You see less Border Patrol agents. They're going to reduce it by the numbers by 185 agents. You have a 2009 report that's buried in government documents that says that there are only 700 miles at most of the southwest border out of 2,000 that are under any kind of effective control, only 35 miles out of the 4,000 northern border under operational control, and they have no intent of pushing that out further to get more effective control. So it's a very interesting dynamic where you have university professors who are helping facilitate illegal entry on the one hand, and the administration who is stating they're going to remain stagnant or actually pull back on security on the borders. It's a negative development for our country.
And we're paying for it through tax dollars.
And absolutely, we're paying for it. And interestingly, when I was on the 9/11 Commission staff, one of the basic findings that we had was that a terrorist or any other criminal will use whatever vulnerability that we have on the border to exploit. And now we are handing them, with this GPS application on a cell phone, we're handing them another tool in the toolkit to violate our borders when we have increasing violence from drug cartels on our borders who are now controlling the alien smuggling routes and making it a very dangerous trek through worse terrain than it used to be.
Let me just get in one more question because we're against a break.
Sure.
And I'm glad you brought that up because it's not just illegals coming into the country that are using it. It potentially could be terrorists. But the university that developed it, which is University of California, very close to the border in San Diego, says it's part of free expression. Is there any legitimate application of this that actually helps in terms of border security, in fairness?
In terms of border security, I think that if this were turned over and made a law enforcement sensitive application, made available to Border Patrol to do their job better.
Okay, so
even
just on one side.
Yes.
Very good point.
Flip the application, yes.
Thank you so much, Janice Kephart. Very interesting topic and good to talk to you, too. And now people know a little bit of where their tax dollars are going. Thank you.